It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. And thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here as we get going with this one. Greg, you look at the matchup and one thing jumps out, and we see it more and more the last 5-6 years around the league. Rookie quarterbacks being given the keys and said, kid, let me see what you got.
Yeah, there's no waiting around anymore. It seems like more and more often, just like you said, we're seeing young rookie quarterbacks given the keys to the ship earlier and earlier. And a big reason for that is these coaches realize they don't have a long time to figure that quarterback position out. The longer it goes that you don't have the quarterback of the future, the more likely it is that the next guy that's drafted there, he's playing for a different coach.
It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, young man from the University of Colorado.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They bring Judy in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight. The ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air again on second and 10. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air, but they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot. Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Browns offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And open downfield, it's Johnson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
To start the drive here, really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. .21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
It is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time, and he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff to Ford. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives. It is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not up.
And they are not gonna catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns are out to a 10-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pass rush gets home and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's caught Saquon Barkley. And And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
A handoff, running left, it's Barkley. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Barkley. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Doxson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's first and 10. A pass caught by Saquon. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. And the big back, A.J. Dillon, powering forward. He's in. A.J. Dillon, touchdown, Eagles. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike, and I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 10-7. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Ford. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, give to Ford. And he'll get this up to the 44. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Here's a 3rd down and 4. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
He'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, he'll to the ball comes out. The Browns have it. Big opening up the middle. Inside the 20. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Browns. And a mistake by the young quarterback in this defense gobbles it up and takes it in for the score.
You know, Mike, unfortunately, this is sometimes just the reality of playing with a rookie quarterback behind center. You're going to get a lot of magic. You're going to get a lot of fun moments, but you're also going to get a little bit of this learning curve, understanding sometimes just it's better to live to play another day. Get the ball out of your hand. Don't take the hit. Don't take the sack. And definitely don't cough up the ball.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. The kick is good, and the Browns will get out in front 17-7. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The open receiver is Dotson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and 3rd down coming up.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time, and it's going to be 4th down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and You're just saying box them out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his man, right side. It's complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Back to the air one more time. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
1st and 10 now from the 36. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's 4. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Throwing now from the gun. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. He's got it at the 3. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns up their lead. It's now 24-7. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Williams now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. They'll look to throw yet again. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll look to throw. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up second and goal.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball, and that's what he's done in this one. First and 10. That's quickly out to Smith. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. He'll drop to throw. Open man, Devontae Smith. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here comes the Eagles punt team as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A throw caught by Judy on the outside.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
The motion man is Johnson. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
He's got his man complete to Johnson. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Cleveland.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on them early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives them a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed when the ball's thrown so far behind him.
He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up fourth down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll try to run, and this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker, and they have turned it over on downs. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run with 4. They'll take it into the red zone. It's at the 19. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They bring Judy in motion. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run here. It's Ford. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Browns will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
First play of the drive, and here's Dillon. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a 1st down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got a man, his tight end, Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. That pickup, good for 29 yards. Here's 1st and 10. He's got his tight end, Goddard, working the middle of the field. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll throw out of the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
3rd and 5. To the goal line and in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. DeAndre Carter on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12. It's a Browns 1st down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They bring Jeudy in motion. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Now a handoff, running right. Good running inside the 25. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets to the Browns' 6-yard line. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. Here's a toss as they look to run, and this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
From back at the 5, here now 3rd and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play there on 4th down, good for an even 20.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll look to throw again. That's caught by Dillon. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. Zone read, and it's a give to Dillon. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. That his second touchdown tonight. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles are able to edge a bit closer. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes Ford on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. Past the 45. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Man in motion is Smith. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
He's got his man. It's Smith. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. They pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. The gain is 18.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. It's first down, and they'll run. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Up the middle, here's Ford. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On 2nd down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Quick throw taken in by Judy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, a give to Ford. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
3rd and 6. They'll run once more with Ford. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Browns will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. A return now from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's taken in left side by Smith. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's going to have an Eagles, and he's going to have the Jets.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
To the air now on 1st and 10. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Second down and 3. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. That one caught by Smith. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Philadelphia, good night.